Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be adding all of the water tiles to the farm. So let's get started. So this is what the area looks like now. This lake area here has, a couple of water tiles on it, and most of the rock work around it is done, actually, except for this back area right along here. So I think first things first, I'm going to finish this up, and then we can get started on adding all of the tiles for the water and worrying about if we're going to put plates in and stuff like that. All right, so I went ahead and I did most of this right here. I think most of it looks pretty good, except for this 1x6 brick here. I don't love it, but it is pretty easy to pull out. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And then once I find a couple 1x6 plates and some smaller pieces like that, then I'm gonna probably just replace this here. But I am happy with the rest of this. I think it looks good. So let me put the train track back and show you guys how that looks. Okay, so there's not a point to me clipping this all in because in a minute I'm just gonna pull this out anyways and then start the tiling. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, kind of floating here, but this is just to give you guys an idea of what it's gonna look like. And I think it looks good. The only thing missing is this little gap in here, but that will be filled in once the bridge is done. So that is not something to be worried about. So let me take this back off again and start work on the water. So for the water, I bought 500 of these 1x2 translucent light blue tiles and 50 of the 1x1 translucent light blue tiles. And so I'm going to be using, I chose light blue instead of dark blue because I think it would just look a little bit nicer here instead of, I think dark blue would just be too dark. So I also want to be able to see the colors through the water, so hopefully that won't be much of an issue. So I bought those last week, and so now I'm going to get in here and start tiling. The only thing that I have to change is this curved plate right here, because then the water won't, the tiles won't go up right next to it. There'll be a little bit of a gap. So I'm going to have to come in here and rip this plate up, but other than that, I'm just going to do that really quick, and then I'm going to start tiling and show you guys how it starts to look. All right, so right now, all I'm doing is pretty much just laying down the 1x2 tiles for the water. I'm not putting down the 1x1 tiles yet. I'm going to save that for once I put all of the 1x2s in, I think, and then I can decide if I want to add a little bit of extra sand to the edges or if I want to just put the 1x1s down for a more cleaner edge. Okay, so this is what the water looks like now. I did about half of it during that time lapse that you just saw. And then I'm going to do the rest of it in just a minute here. But I think this looks great, honestly. Here's a lower angle for you. But I think this looks really, really good. I did add in a couple of 1x1 and 1x2 plates on the edge here just to kind of roughen up this edge so it's not all straight. And I'm probably going to do the same over here. Not totally sure yet, but I think I'm going to finish putting all the 1x2 tiles down, and then I'm going to worry about the 1x1s like I just mentioned. So let me keep going at this, and I don't have any more lily pads, unfortunately, so I would either have to order some more or just kind of leave a placeholder and either get more or just kind of just leave the two as it is. So, but I do kind of like them. I think they look pretty good. So I would probably end up buying, I'll see if I can even buy these green 2x2 tiles. I don't know if they still make them anymore, but let me keep working on this and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, now for this second time lapse here, I'm pretty much just doing more of the same. I'm putting all the 1x2s down, and that is pretty much it. I didn't think you would be able to see the sand green and olive green through the water as well as you do, but I do think it looks really good, and so I'm really happy with how this is turning out. All right, so now that all the 1x2 tiles are placed, I think this looks great. I'm really happy with this, and like I mentioned, you can actually see the different colors through here, like the olive green and the tan, the dark tan, as well as the medium nougat scattered throughout here as well, which I think is awesome. And I do have to go in and add the individual 1x1 translucent light blue tiles. I have to go through and add those, but once I do that, and also under these rocks as well, this should be pretty much done. These two 2x4 plates are just here because of the bridge. They just got left behind when I took the bridge out, but that's fine. I do just have to go back in and make sure that I didn't miss any tiles underneath those, but other than that, I just have to go through, add in the 1x1s, and this area should be all good to go. And then the next thing I want to tackle is to just add a little bit more foliage to this area, because I feel like this could use a better transition here. And maybe add a little bit more rock detail as well, because the more that I look at this 1x6 brick here, it's really not working for me. So I'm going to go in and add a couple more pieces to that as well to hopefully round that out. Alright, so I went ahead and I added in all of these little details here. I also decided to add in this nice dark blue snake over here. I think that looks pretty good. And I think adding in these couple tan plates it actually really helps make the shoreline look a lot more curved and a lot more natural instead of just having this straight line across here. And so I think this looks great. I did blend in, I missed one stud that I have to put a grass stem in. But other than that, these are all pretty much done. I might add in a couple of stems into these as well, but those were there before this video started today. So I'm gonna test it, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep stems in them, because I kind of just like having them as is every once in a while. And so I'm gonna just kind of leave it like that, I think. But I am really happy with this. This finally looks so much better than, you know, with not having the tiles on it. I did like a rough count, and it's a little over 400 tiles, just 1x2 tiles in here, and that doesn't include the 1x1s, which was about 30 of them. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that went into this today, but I'm really happy with this, and I do have a couple extra 1x2 tiles in translucent light blue. So hopefully one day I can make an even bigger water feature on that expansion table. So definitely stay tuned for that. But let me just add in a couple more details and these extra grass pieces, and then we'll call it a day. All right, so I went ahead and I added in the couple grass stems, and I think that looks better than just leaving them open. I also think it looks better than just having all of these olive green leaf pieces. So I think having a nice mix in there looks pretty good. And I decided to add a fisherman over here, which is this T-Rex guy. He has been up at the front of the city in the park by the museum for some time, and it was a nice little Easter egg back there. But now that I have this water pretty much finished, or at least like the tiles for it finished, it felt fitting to bring him over here and to kind of just have him sitting here trying to fish. And I'm going to leave out this train bridge, I think, just because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me to just put it back and then take it off again and to put it back and just keep doing that. So I'm going to just leave it off for the time being, because this doesn't really look that great anyways, and it's still a rough design. I'm still not sure if I totally love this. So I'm going to just leave it off to the side for now, and I'm going to just kind of leave this open. But I do think this looks really, really awesome. And so on that note, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what I did, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me, make sure to drop a comment down below of what you thought of the water, and also what you think I should do for the train bridge or any other details in this area. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.